Dear students, in the previous two classes, we have been learning about social groups. In this class, we are going to discuss about another social phenomenon which is called social processes. Social processes are also very important aspects relating to group life. Now, we will start the lesson. In this lesson, I am going to explain to you about social processes, then I will give you some definitions of group processes, then I will explain the nature and role of group process in social life. In the second part, I will explain to you competition in our social life with some definitions and its role and nature. Social processes. Society consists of groups of innumerable kind. People are associated with various kinds of groups depending on their needs, attachments and skills. By way of their membership in various kinds of groups, people interact with each other constantly. Social interaction is the dynamic element of social process. Interactions are always complex because there are several forms of interaction based on the purpose and the situations. What is social process? Social relationships involve reciprocal obligations, reciprocal statuses and reciprocal ends. There are many patterns of interaction. The modes of interaction are called social processes. Social processes are fundamental ways in which men interact and establish relationships. According to Ginsberg, social processes refer to the various modes of interaction between individuals or groups, including cooperation and conflict, social differentiation and integration, development, arrest and decay. What is social interaction then? Social interaction is the dynamic element of society. Interaction is the basic element of social processes and social relationships. Eldridge and Merrill explain social interaction as the social process whereby two or more persons are in meaningful contact, as a result of which their behavior is modified. According to Park and Burgess, there are two main conditions of social interaction. These are contact and communication. Contact is the first stage of interaction involving mutual response and adjustment of behavior. Contact has two important components, namely the time and the space. The second condition is communication, which refers to the medium of interaction. In the course of interaction, people exchange their feelings, emotions and ideas. Facial expressions, laughter and language are the modes by which people transmit their ideas and feelings to others. Human interaction could be direct with activities or may be symbolic, consisting of vocal sounds or gestures or language or even symbols. Importance of interaction. Interaction is the basic condition for social existence. Through interaction only, the personality of man develops. Groups are formed and developed by way of social interaction. Social interactions facilitate growth of mental activities, performing work, achieving goals, and to bring out human potentials. Broadly speaking, there are 5 kinds of interaction. They are cooperation, competition, conflict, accommodation, and assimilation. First, I will explain to you the cooperation, the first kind of associative process. Cooperation is the basic form of social interaction in which individuals or groups engage in joint action to achieve the common goal. Cooperation generally means working together of members to reach the common aim or objective. The term cooperation is derived from the Latin word co, meaning together, and operare, meaning to work. Hence, the term cooperation means working together for common rewards. Definitions of cooperation. Fairchild defines cooperation as the process by which the individuals or groups combine their efforts in a more or less organized way for the attainment of common objective. According to A.W. Green, cooperation is the continuous and common endeavor of 2 or more persons to perform a task or to reach a goal that is commonly cherished. There are different types of cooperation that have to be explained. Actually, there are 5 types of cooperation that we may observe in our social life. They are direct cooperation, indirect cooperation, primary cooperation, secondary cooperation, and tertiary cooperation. The first one is direct cooperation. In direct cooperation, the working together of the group members is very much obvious. The members perform the work jointly for the satisfaction of a need or goal. For example, the laborers share the work directly and perform it till the work is completed. One may carry a load of sand and another may do plastering, but the work of each person is quite obvious and interdependent. 2. Indirect cooperation. Cooperation involves division of workload and coordination of activities. In the case of indirect cooperation, individuals do their own specialized work or activities that is not very open or seen in the common workplace. People do unlike tasks towards the same end. Indirect cooperation is based on the principles of division of labor and specialization. Indirect cooperation is a common feature in the modern technological society. For instance, big trading companies function with staff performing their own specialized tasks like accounting, marketing, planning, research, banking and many other work from different places. They may not even meet or see each other, but still their work contributes for the attainment of the goal of the company. 3. Primary cooperation. Primary cooperation could be observed in primary groups like family and peer group, where every member works for the betterment of the other. The welfare and happiness of all the members become the goal. The members establish face to face relationship to achieve the end. For example, in family, the goodwill and existence of the family is the goal. All members share this goal. The role or the responsibilities of the members is interchangeable, but still each member is important. The loss of a member cannot be replaced by another member, as it happens in the technological society, in which each person is considered to be just a cog in the machine. Here each member is considered to be very important. Cooperation is the basic value in primary groups. The next type is secondary cooperation. Secondary cooperation is the characteristic feature of modern societies. This is found in secondary groups. The interaction is very formal and specific. Cooperation or working together is considered to be instrumental. Each person performing his task enjoys the fruit of it and will not cross a limit, because his role is restricted by the rules of the group. Each one may enjoy what is due to him, like prestige or wage or power. An example may be quoted from educational system. Schools function due to the cooperation of teachers and students. The teachers get the salary for teaching. The students who cooperate with the teachers receive knowledge. The principal of the school enjoys power. On the whole, the school functions due to the cooperation of all the sections as a total entity. The fifth type is tertiary cooperation. Tertiary cooperation may be found between groups for the functioning of bigger groups. Each group may be antagonistic or vary in their goals, but they have to maintain a certain level of cooperation for the existence of the larger group. The examples are political parties, caste groups or religious groups. There may be clash between two communities or castes at a particular point of time, but otherwise they have to live and work together for the functioning of their society. Next, I will explain to you the role of cooperation. 1. Cooperation is a universal and continuous social process. Man cannot associate without cooperation in his social life. 2. Cooperation takes place with the motive of reaching a goal. It develops favorable attitude towards sharing and getting rewards. Through cooperation, there is knowledge and skill sharing. 3. Cooperation is mutual. Cooperation has its origin in the biological level. It is important for human survival. 4. Cooperation helps in the progress of the society. 5. Cooperation is essential and urgent for the present world. It provides solution to many national and international problems and disputes. The second part of the lesson consists of the explanation on competition, which is another associative process. Competition is a form of goal oriented interaction in which opposing individuals or groups seek to accomplish the same goal within the framework of socially approved rules. Competition is as fundamental and universal like cooperation. It is overt in the universal struggle for existence. Competitions prevail when there is scarcity of supply and also whenever there is insufficient supply of things that human beings normally desire. People had to compete with each other to acquire the commodity they desire when there is limited supply. Definition of competition. Horton and Hunt define competition as the struggle for possession of rewards which are limited in supply. It may be goods, statuses, power or even love. Competition is the striving of two or more persons for the same goal which is limited so that all cannot share it. Types of competition. There are 4 types of competition. They are social competition, economic competition, political competition and cultural competition. The first one is social competition. Men always have a desire for status and position. People strive to get recognition by others in their own society. They compete with other members by exhibiting their talents and capabilities in order to win social position and recognitions. Social competition is possible in open societies. Democratic nations encourage social competition. 2. Economic competition. Men always struggle for higher income and standard of living. They always strive to move up in the social hierarchy by improving their economic status because it provides them all other facilities and privileges. Economic competition may take place at individual level as well as group level. This is witnessed between companies and social groups in terms of their efforts to compete in production and profits. The third one is political competition. Man's desire for power and authority is noticeable always. In modern world, acquiring political power and establishing authority on other groups or on other nations is very common. Political parties engage in competition to secure power. Competition for power is prevalent even between nations. Fourthly, cultural competition. There is always a subtle competitive feeling among people of different cultural background to establish their culture as superior and dominant. They demonstrate their superiority over others in various ways. example is the Aryan and Dravidians while they demonstrate their culture. Secondly, the British and the Indians. The third one is the black and the white people whenever they claim that their culture and practices are superior to the another group. With this we finish the types of competition, and next we will study the nature of competition. By studying the nature of competition, we will be able to understand the importance of the role of competition in social life. Now, I will list out the nature of competition. 1. Scarcity of supply of the desired commodity. 2. Competition is continuous. 3. Competition is universal. 4. Competition causes social change. 5. Competition may be personal or impersonal. 6. Competition may be constructive or destructive. 7. Competition is governed by norms. 8. Competition may be unconscious too. Next, I will explain to you the role of competition in social life. Firstly, competition assigns individuals their respective places in their success in competition. That is, when a person competes in an event, at the end of it he is placed as the first or the second or whatever may be his position in the competition. 2. Competition is a source of motivation for individuals to show their talents. Thirdly, competition helps in social mobility. Fourthly, competition provides for social progress. And lastly, competition provides new experiences to the individuals. I have been explaining to you the nature and the types of cooperation and competition. And cooperation and competition are universal in nature. They exist side by side in the same society. In societies where cooperation is given importance, the society is normally stable, peaceful, secure, and social equality is predominant. Competitive societies, on the other hand, are open, achievement oriented, challenging, and social progress is predominant. Dear students, I will sum up now. Today's lesson consisted of explanation on social process, explanation on social interaction, then there was an explanation on cooperation, definition of cooperation, types of cooperation and the role of cooperation. The second part, I explained to you competition and gave some definitions of competition. After that, I explained the nature of competition and role of competition in social life. Students, I have some questions to you to be answered. The questions are: 1. What are the different types of cooperation? 2. Explain the nature and role of competition in social life. 3. Cooperation, competition. Which process is more important in social life? Give your views and give explanation to it. Okay, students, in this class I explained to you the associative processes of social interaction. In the next class, I will elaborate the dissociative processes. Till then, bye.